Hello everybody, my name is Alex. In today's video, we're going to be doing, I believe this is part 3 of the BattleMage Development Log. I'm quite happy with where this is going so far. I didn't manage to get as much done the past couple months, and real quick I want to explain why. As you can see, I'm actually in a new place right now. I ended up moving, that took out quite a bit of time, unfortunately. But on top of that, I've also started freelancing full time, so I've been getting a lot of things set up there. And by the way, if you guys are looking for someone to help you develop your VR projects or anything like that, you guys can reach me either in Discord or on the VR Playground website. Both links are down below. If you ever need, if you're looking for someone to help you out with your project or anything like that, just figure I'd throw that out there. Um, but anyways, I've still been working on the BattleMage project. I've managed to get a little bit done, so we'll go ahead and I will show you guys some of how that is going. And yeah, so let's go and jump right into it. All right, so here we are. I'm gonna open up the project. You can see that things look quite different. I finally, over the past couple of days, figured out how to get more of the look I was looking more of what I was looking for. So I believe this was something, I don't know if I addressed this in the last development log, but I know I did post this at some point on somewhere else. At some point I know I mentioned this, but I managed to develop a bit of a outline system using using post-processing effects. Now here's the issue. Something I found out after I had done that is that the Quest does not support post-processing effects. So I had like cell shading effects and outline effects, and it turns out that the Quest doesn't support post-processing effects, so I had to come up with alternative ways of doing that. I did manage to find a way using materials to get kind of a cell shaded look. There's now if I go and disable, or if I stop stimulating real quick, I did manage to hook it up so we can actually use directional light and get kind of a cell shade look. The models that I'm using right here aren't quite where I want them to be yet. They need to be smoothed out a little bit. You can kind of see they're a little, this blockiness is more from the way that the models are developed, because they're still kind of rough in places. Once it's a little bit smoother, that shouldn't be as much of a problem. I just haven't gotten that far with them, but this is a little bit more what I'm looking for with the new designs. I just made two. This one's just a solid color. This one's a full-on texture. One of the default ones I think that are part of the starter content. But yeah, so I was kind of working on that. On top of that, I did manage to incorporate a new spell, which I do want to go ahead and show. So let me go ahead and press play here. Alright, so here we are. This is what it looks like from within the VR view, of course. You can see right now, I've kind of messed around with things. This is actually a good opportunity to kind of show the cell shade kind of look up close. You can see it does look kind of blocky, and I know that that's just because of the way that the model itself is shaped right now. I don't know what's with that one dark spot right there. I don't feel like that should be dark right there. Anyways, I'll look into that later. But yeah, so this is kind of what it looks like. So let me go and start with the new spell real quick. So it's a little bit like this. There we go. So this is what the shield is going to look like. I do need to modify some of the current spells, and you can see it actually. That's the problem with this current gesture. I'll get into that in a second. But you can kind of have a quick look here. This is roughly what the shield is going to look like. This is just a standard glass material. And it does take up some mana. You can see it's used up a little bit. That's the plan for right now. I'm trying to design. I was going to go like straight into designing the other classes and everything like that. But I have I've kind of rethought it and thought, you know what, it might be better to make sure everything works smoothly first. So I'm currently in the process of just kind of fleshing things out with this class and making sure everything works fine before I move on to everything else. So I'm working on that right now. Models and stuff I will just kind of be working on whenever, as I have the opportunity. But that's, that's something that's going to take me a long time regardless. But anyways, this does kind of also give me the opportunity to talk about some of the things I've done to levels. So I'll start with that. That is just a bright light. I wanted a point that where you could kind of see where the light source is coming from, because I thought it would look a little weird. The whole idea is that this is going to be like a void, kind of like an alternate realm kind of idea. So I wanted to have some idea of where the light source was coming from. I don't know if I'll leave that in or not. It is awfully bright. That actually wasn't my intention when I created that light. My original intention was to make things look a little foggy, kind of cloudy around using an exponential height fog. And I found that actually if I have a light source in, it actually makes a bright light like this, and it does kind of make it look kind of faded as you go out. I don't quite know how I like that with the rest of how everything else is kind of fleshing out. So I might end up taking that out. I'm still not sure yet on that. And then the outlines. So I said I redesigned them because the current system I was working using post-processing effects does not work on the Quest. So this was part of the redesign. The only problem I have right now is if there's sharp corners like you see right here, then it kind of has a cut here where there's no outline, which looks very not right. So that's part of the reason why I'm making these models that are a little bit smoother. You can actually see there actually are points where there are similar cuts like this, but they're a lot less noticeable because of how much smoother this model is and how much less sharp how much less sharp every edge is. So they're still there, but they're a lot less noticeable. Because, especially from this distance, if I got up closer, you'd be able to see them a little bit better. But yeah, so I think that's kind of everything. Oh, you know what? No, I have one more thing I have to show. So if I might get out of range of the mic here. There we go. You can see when I step out of a certain radius, I'll actually start taking damage. I think I need to make the radius a little tighter, if I'm honest. Because you can see I can go up quite a fair distance before I start taking damage. And then once we die, give me 1 second. The drum, the suspense. Alright, you can see I started working on an end screen. Very simple right now, just, game over. The rematch button does absolutely nothing right now. The leave match button does actually take me back to the menu, and this is where I was kind of experimenting with being able to connect with other players and things like that. You can see it's very generic right now. I tested it at one point a while back. I need to test it again. I just haven't gotten to that point yet. And then I can actually press host and it'll pop me back in a match. But yeah, I am going to end up testing this again at some point here soon. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. Hopefully by the next development log I'll be able to. So yeah. So let me go ahead and head back into the scene real quick. Alright, so I think at that point that covers a lot of what I have done over the past couple months. Oops, messed up with something. The only thing that I actually took out real quick in the scene was I was working on like a sky sphere. I was using this at the moment, this material right here. I don't know how I like that cell shade look there. I might end up leaving the background a solid color and seeing if I can add elements in between the main platform and the outer edge of the world. I actually ended up taking out the original Sky Sphere since I know that's not the design I want to go for. So yeah. Um, yeah, I think that just about covers everything that I've gotten done over the past couple months. I do hope that I'll be able to get a significant more done. I'm hoping to at the very least have everything flushed out um, by by the next development log, or at least more so. So that way it's nearly at a functional state. At a point where I could say, where I could call it, I guess you could say a minimum viable product, and then I can go on developing the other classes. Um, so yeah, um, that is where I'm at right now with the BattleMage project at the moment. Yeah. All right, and with that, that is it for this development log. I realized that there were a couple things I didn't end up touching up on. Things like there are low replication issues. Those are just things I couldn't quite figure out how to show in video or anything like that. But there are like other little issues here and there that will have to be touched up on. If you actually want to see more about the whole process that I go through when I'm developing the BattleMage project, if you want, you can check out. I started live streaming my whole development and everything on Twitch. You can actually go and check that out down below in description. And with that, that is the end of the video. All right, with that, that is the end of the video. So if you want to help support the channel and help VR Playground grow, you can hit the subscribe button right there, or the like button down below. Or if you want, you can even check out some of my older videos that YouTube should be recommending to you over here. And with that, I will see you guys in the next reality. See ya.